Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Ninja Gaiden 3 Ultimate Ninja difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second section to day 3. We are shooting the missiles off of the choppers so that they can't really hurt us. Kind of like pulling the wings off a fly, minus Pistol and Morgan Freeman's epic voice. And there are a bunch of them here, so try to take as little damage as possible, and I'll understand if you do take a bit of a beating, because this game has this insane tendency to not bring your life back between sections. It just makes you accept the fact that you've lost it and play better. Which is an interesting notion, but it doesn't work when you've made a game this gloriously unbalanced and not that fun. But I'm once again joined by my girlfriend.
Hello.
And we're going over some random topic generators, because this is literally jump in the air, shoot the missiles, the game. And I do apologise if you're on this video wanting nothing but hardcore, analysis of technique and thoughts, processes. You ain't gonna get it, because this game is boring as sin. And I'm covering it kind of as a joke to myself and the subscribers that know of my hatred of this, and also because I recorded it, so I might as well. I also paid for this difficulty, so I might as well. There's a whole bunch of motivations, which you'll probably hear on, later on in this guide. But before we start talking, this moment here, if you spam the bow, you can stop the guys from getting close to you. You can also injure them so that you can easily take them out. Because the air traffic coordinator guys with the stupid flappy pylon hand things, they're annoying and they block everything. And the camera here, as you can see, just great. Fantastic camera work there by the Invisible Man. But our first topic is...
What have you stolen?
Which is an interesting one, because we're admitting to committing a crime on the internet. So my friend... I don't know, have you ever stolen anything?
It depends how we mean. As in, from an establishment or a shop, never.
Never stole anything from an establishment?
I do have things that were not given to me, and...
Did they fall off the back of a truck?
No, I mean things like that I've borrowed off friends, and then we've somehow, not really in a negative way, but have stopped being friends or don't speak to each other anymore.
So you're one of those people, are you?
Well, no. But for example, in second year, when one of my housemates moved out, she left DVDs and they ended up in my collection. But she did take some of mine, so...
So you think that's fair, do you?
Yes.
That's
it's not stealing...
Fair game, eh?
It's not properly stealing, but they've ended up in my possession somehow, through no fault or intention of my own. Interesting.
So no other sins to confess?
No. See, I'm really
very
fearful of punishment.
There you go. That's good. That's a good thing.
My sister once stole something from a National Trust shop, and it was a bouncy ball that my parents said that she wasn't allowed. And the reason we found out is because she face planted falling over because she didn't take her hands out of her pockets, because that's where she'd hidden it.
Wow. So
she tripped, and my parents were like, "Normally children brace themselves. Why didn't you remove your hands from your pockets?" And they made her take it back and apologise. And I think that instilled embarrassment and fear in her enough to never do it again.
Yeah, those moments can be tricky. I can remember once when I went to a friend of mine's when I was very young. We're talking maybe 7 or 8, and we were looking at a paper that had boobies in it. And I took one of the booby pages out and I folded it up and I put it in my sock. And I was wearing shorts and a sock, and I think it was poking out at the top of my sock. And when I got back home, the first thing my mum said was, "What's in your sock?" And I kind of panicked. So I ran away. I ran into the garden and I pulled it out and I put it under a brick. And I came back in and I didn't know what I didn't have a compelling argument or anything. I was like, "Note." just nothing. And just those weird moments of doing really childish, brainless things because you just can't respond because you're too young.
And scared of punishment. Like, it's wrong. So have you ever stolen anything?
Oh yes, I used to hang around with bastards. I used to be a bastard. Like, people I used to hang about with stole bread from the local bakery after the van had finished delivering it. A full bin liner filled with bread. And then they just threw it on a field. Didn't eat it, didn't give it to the poor. Just nicked it for no... I wasn't involved in that, I was just there. Which I suppose is a secondary, is like an accessory to theft. But personally, yes. I've stolen chocolate bars from shops and sweets from shops. But I stopped doing it when I nearly got caught because I was young and I just didn't really like doing it. It was one of those things where a lot of my friends at that time did it, so I tried it, and when I got away with it, you do feel quite powerful. And I tried it again, and I came really close to getting caught, so I thought, fuck that. Mm-hmm. But...
So you've never done it as a grown-up?
No, I'm talking about 7. I was very young, 7 or 8. But at the same logic, when we were 10 and 11, we used to ride to the beer factory and nick the dinted cans out of the bins. Because obviously when the beer cans come along, if they get dinted, they can't sell them. So they bin them. And it's beer. And we were young. We knew that beer or alcohol was this thing that everybody wanted. We didn't know why, so we just used to nick bagfuls of them and get pissed.
How old were you then?
Like 10 and 11.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The
Playing
last time
football,
I got
drinking.
Drunk, I was like 60.
Yeah, but I came from a culture where you hung out on the streets all day, every day, and when you walked into any place that was a field or a park or anything like that, there were a group of kids older than you with cider. And they'd just go to you because you were a kid, drink this.
Because it's funny to watch children get drunk, apparently. No, I've never done that.
And there could have been rohypnol in it, there could have been cyanide in it, there could have been bleach in it.
I was talking to somebody the other day who gotten spiked with cocaine.
That kind of sucks. That being said, I don't really know what bad coke or good coke is like, because I've never done coke aside from Coca-Cola, and that wasn't in the good old days of when they put coke in coke. So, end of that topic. But this is Ninja Gaiden. As you can probably tell by the audio change there, this is not the same day as the previous bit was recorded on. This is actually the day after, because we got interrupted. But such is life. And this sequence of the game is just going to be me showing you how to skip as many enemies as I can, how to do Steel on Bone with the scythe and chain it, and very little else, because this level is so boring. We're not even going to go there. So instead, where we are going to go is back to the random topic generator. So our first topic is...
television shows that have gone bad.
TV shows gone bad. So, this is obviously going to be more personal, I think, to some people than to others. I can think of one immediately.
What's that?
Scrubs.
Definitely.
Because a lot of people say Scrubs gets worse as it gets towards the end part of the seasons, and I completely disagree with that. Because I think all of them have merits, except for that last one.
The new one.
The one where it's not
nobody's in
JD
it
and it's everybody else is like cameos and it's that girl who talks in her head just like JD. That is the fucking worst. Just...
It's one of those things as well where all the stuff that they've spent the entire thing taking the piss out of, they've kind of gone back on, and...
yeah.
I don't know, it's just...
like a lot of the humour in
so
Scrubs later on is based upon the experiences prior. It's very referential to stuff that's already happened. And
it seemed very much like one of those shows that would know when to quit, and it's...
I thought it would.
It's done it too late, I think.
Like, I think the premise and the setup for it is great. You know, having these interns be the focus... and having those as doctors, like Dr. Cox figures, I think that's a good way the show could have gone. But they needed it to be hooky. They needed the people you're going to follow now to be as compelling as Zach Braff, which is a tough act to follow, because his JD is great, I think.
Yeah, Scrubs is definitely at the top of the list, I think.
Shows that gone bad, that I stopped watching.
See, I can't there's not very many TV programmes that I've watched right until the end that I didn't still love at the end, so...
yeah, that is a good point, but there are lots, and it's one of those things where you don't realise until I suppose you've quit watching them. I'm kind of blanking on them.
See, a few of my favourite programmes I've never actually seen the end of.
Well, some of them don't have ends.
It's true. Some
still going, aren't they? Still continuing. Like, a lot of people probably think that 24 gets worse because some of the first seasons were stellar. But I think they're all good. I mean, it does get to the point where it's like, oh, what's going to go wrong this week, Jack? You know, terrorists again. How is this going to go nasty? But that's the same with any formulaic series.
That's the thing, something bad kind of has to happen all the time, otherwise...
There would not be a series.
Because we really, really want to watch him eating a burger and shitting.
Yeah, going to McDonald's in that drive-in queue is about as rugged as Jack Bauer's day gets until Mossad or something. A good one for me, which you're probably not going to know much on, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is an anime that is based off a manga, which is about dudes playing cards and it's all mystical and blah blah. And the first season of that I absolutely adored. Well, the first series, I should say. But then they kind of added extra endings to the word, so then it went like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! Something else, and they keep on bringing out reiterated versions of the show with new characters, and it systematically gets more yawn-inducing and bad to me. Don't like it at all. Like the first bunch of seasons were great, and then it just lost me. It lost the humour. It lost some of the maturity edge that it had. Because the biggest problem with those kind of cartoons is they're marketed at kids. So, you know, the dumber they can make them, the better. Which does suck. Because I think we patronise our children far too much.
I would agree. No, I can't think of any.
It's such a good topic, though.
We could talk TV for an entire...
Yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like we're missing something banging in front of our faces that's worth mentioning. Because I know there's going to be comments on this video for the people that do watch it, which are only the most hardcore elite or Ninja Gaiden fans, which don't really blend. But I'm sure we've not mentioned some.
Some massive ones.
Because it's just how it works. This enemy here, by the way, guys, I'm not too sure if you fought these on the earlier difficulties this early on. A couple of things to bear in mind: they're very fast, they do combo you, but they're susceptible to be wind path, hop off them, flying swallow into obliteration technique. It doesn't get much simpler than what I'm doing here. You can chain iframes so successfully, so boringly, that you're never in danger and you have a win button. The only time it fails is when the wind path misses, like mine just did then, and I got hit because of it. So that is me and the game at the same time with the detection, but no, it's nothing too bad to complain about. So do you want to handle the last topic on this video, or do you want to leave it for the next one?
Well, we've only got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's not too much longer left on this one. So what does this look like to you? Have you passed judgment on this game yet, or aside from the massive
super load?
It does load.
It seems quite samey.
Yeah. But aren't a lot of games
I was
samey?
gonna say, I think
Intrinsically?
especially this type of fighting type game. I don't know what category it comes under, but...
Well, why would you say that this type of game is more samey than, say, a first-person shooter? Is it
I don't know, it's probably not. It
no,
looks
it's
more samey.
I'm asking for your unbiased
well, you've said
gamer girl.
Gamer girl.
Gamer girl.
Not quite.
Girl who enjoys games. That's what you are.
That works.
Yeah. To be continued. Thank you for watching.